Hi, and welcome to CS2 Chicken. In today's video, we will present to you all the facts we have been able to gather about the upcoming release of CSGO on the long-awaited Source 2 engine. We will also provide you with the date of release that many have predicted. However, before we proceed, please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Less than 1% of our viewers are our loyal subscribers, so please show your support if you enjoy our content. Let's start with what the CSGO update on the Source 2 engine will actually be. According to many speculations, which Valve confirmed in their latest trailer, one of the most important and highly anticipated changes will be the improved operation of Valve's official servers. Players have been begging the game's creators for the addition of 128 tick rate for years, but to no avail. The Source 2 update, which is expected to bring improved game optimization, could also improve the game servers. Speculations online suggest that one of the recent updates to Dota 2 may indicate this, where we can find the so-called tickless system. This would be based on a completely different principle than the currently known tick rate. In short, players would receive servers with a variable tick rate that would adjust for each player depending on their internet connection and computer performance. Gabe Follower found a similarly working system, which is described as each update is useful but is likely to be replaced by a newer one quickly. A photon view can be set up to send unreliable or unreliable on change. The first will send updates in a fixed frequency, even if the character did not move. The latter will stop sending updates when the game object like character or unit rests. All of this confirms the aforementioned teaser for Counter-Strike 2. Valve is indeed planning to introduce a variable tick rate, which will be one of the most significant and interesting changes introduced in the refreshed version of the game. What else does Source 2 mean for gamers? Could it introduce modern graphics like Warzone or Battlefield? No, the introduction of CS Source 2 shouldn't significantly impact graphics for two simple reasons. The first is optimization, as many players have weaker computers with lower specifications. A significant graphical leap and consequently higher hardware requirements would likely result in Valve seeing a decline in the number of players. Some current players wouldn't be able to run the new CS. The second reason why Valve probably wouldn't decide on a significant visual overhaul is game readability. One of the assumptions of competitive games such as CSGO, League of Legends, or Valorant is to ensure proper readability. The graphics in such games should be simple enough that opponents don't blend in with the background, allowing for the recognition of abilities or grenades coming towards the player. While this is not a problem in games like Valorant or Overwatch due to their stylized graphics, Counter-Strike can be problematic. Introducing something resembling photorealism could completely disrupt the gameplay balance on the esports scene. Therefore, if you expect Source 2 to have graphics like Warzone 2, I'm sorry, but it probably won't be such a significant graphical leap. Based on teasers released by Valve, the graphics will indeed be improved, mainly thanks to the new lighting system and particle effects, but it will likely not have a very significant impact on hardware requirements. The gameplay mechanics themselves should not undergo a drastic change either. This can be evidenced by, for example, Gabe Follower's project to transfer CSGO to Source 2.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
For instance, Source 2 introduces a modified physics engine called Rubicon. By looking at Half-Life Alyx, we can conclude that Rubicon much better reflects the behavior of thrown objects, etc. However, even introducing Rubicon as a new physics engine in Counter-Strike will not significantly impact one of the most important mechanics, the trajectory of grenades. In the current CS, the trajectory of grenades is based on a mathematical formula integrated into the game's code. The only objects affected by physics in the game are ragdolls, thrown objects, and character models when jumping. Basing grenade throwing on a physics engine could be problematic from a gameplay standpoint, as it would be much harder to teach players all the smokes and nades currently known from CSGO. Using a mathematical formula here gives us the certainty that a thrown grenade will always land in the same place. This is an integral mechanic of CSGO, so Source 2 will likely improve the functioning of the old formula rather than changing the throwing model based on Rubicon. The main changes will be in particle effects associated with grenades. In the new version of CSGO, smokes will more efficiently and realistically cover space, according to the surrounding terrain. They will also react to gunfire or grenade explosions, which will be one of the biggest changes in the game's mechanics. The shooting mechanics may also be changed to a lesser extent, as almost every new release of Counter-Strike introduces subtle changes. Shooting in the original CS is completely different from shooting in CS:GO. Therefore, there is a possibility that shooting in Source 2 will be slightly improved, aimed at making the behavior of different weapons more realistic. It is speculated that bullet penetration through walls may also undergo changes. Supposedly, Source 2 will introduce a distinction between the material a structure is made of, which means that metal doors on cache, for example, will still be able to be shot through by an AK or M4. But shooting through such doors with a pistol will be much less effective. Wallbangs, such as the wallbang from T Apartments on Banana, may undergo similar changes. Source the 2nd of May removed such mechanics due to the aforementioned changes in wall penetration. However, these are only speculations, and everything really depends on the construction of new maps. Some of you may be wondering from the very beginning, "Hey Chicken, what about skins? I have many valuable skins in my inventory. Will Valve simply delete them?" Well, I wouldn't worry about that. Over the years, Valve has learned that in the case of their games, the economy is one of the factors that attracts players the most. In addition, in the initial period of CSGO, there were no skins, and the player base was roughly evenly distributed between CS, CS Source, and CSGO. The introduction of skins to the game was definitely one of the most important changes introduced to CSGO in 2013. And today, the game's economy has developed to the point where it is already a separate segment in a sense. A significant portion of players are attracted to the gambling aspect of the game, and Valve would not allow itself to lose both the players who open cases and the dozens of websites based on trading and gambling CSGO items. Many tournaments are sponsored by sites like Hellcase, and the fact that there are dozens of such sites available indicates that Valve is definitely benefiting from this. In summary, the new engine is unlikely to be a huge revolution. The beginning of Counter-Strike's existence on the Source 2 engine will most likely be a groundwork for introducing new changes in the future, just as it was at the beginning of Global Offensive. There are speculations on Twitter that Source 2 will add slides, the ability to lean on covers, crawling, and many other mechanics that will make Counter-Strike more similar to more dynamic FPS games like Call of Duty. However, based on information obtained by data miners, such speculations are unfounded and are more a form of fueling excitement around the Source 2 topic than verified leaks. Update: Valve has likely confirmed that Counter-Strike on the Source 2 engine will be the biggest update to CSGO in history, simultaneously changing the game to Counter-Strike 2. This gives us two possibilities for speculation: either what I mentioned earlier, which is the biggest update in CSGO history, with a name change, to Counter-Strike 2. It is also possible that Valve will release CS2 alongside the current CSGO for a limited time, giving players the option to play the older version of the game. The second option is probably much worse for many players due to the likely collapse of the CSGO skin economy. However, Steam belongs to Valve, so it wouldn't be a problem for them to combine the current skin base with a potentially new Counter-Strike, which Valve confirmed in the latest presentation of some of the changes introduced with the release of Source 2. So you probably still don't have to worry. Valve probably won't allow the loss of such a large revenue segment as the current skin market in CSGO, which is evidenced by the fact that, according to calculations by one Reddit user, around 30 million boxes were opened in February 2023. So what do we know about Source 2 so far? I will mainly base this on things found in the last month by Gabe Follower and Aquarius, as well as our own research. One of the first leaks confirming work on moving CSGO to the Source 2 engine can be found in June 2022, when Aquarius and a group of data miners found data in the game files indicating Source 2 versions of maps, such as Italy, Overpass, and Inferno. Additionally, in August 2022, user Gabe Follower found files in the game's file structure indicating attempts to move Cobblestone to Source 2. In addition, the aforementioned Gabe Follower, along with a group of people trying to move Team Fortress 2 to the Source 2 engine for some time, has been working on a fan attempt to show what CSGO could look like on Valve's new engine. He presented the results of his work mainly on his YouTube channel, mentioning the likely changes that could be introduced in the official CS2 version. He is basing this on his experience gained while working with Source 2 developer tools. However, in August 2022, he received a message from a Valve employee asking him to abandon the project and stop publishing materials related to Source 2. This made it clear to us that Valve is working on CS2. However, all of this was just a preview of what was to come soon. On March 1st, 2023, Gabe Follower and Aquarius found weird files in the NVIDIA driver update. This update includes support for the feature games with executive files called CS2exe and CSGO2x. March 14th, 2023 marks the beginning of the biggest changes in CSGO history. Within a few hours, the steamdb.info website registered 6 hidden updates in CSGO file structures. This is one of the biggest updates introduced in one day since the beginning of Counter-Strike. Most of the changes made to the CSGO file structure are quite enigmatic, but one is extremely significant in the context of this video. Change list 18076878 added a hidden launch option called Limited Test Build. The executable file of this build is named CS2X. At this point, practically the entire internet exploded. While previous leaks, like the ones we mentioned earlier, didn't gain as much attention, this one change caused the Source 2 topic to be on the lips of almost every CSGO player. However, as it turned out, there will be many more significant indications that the new Counter-Strike is within reach. On the same day, users most engaged in searching for clues of Source 2's existence, such as Gabe Follower and Aquarius, found hidden applications directly related to CSGO. Unknown app 2279720 is visible as DLC, which may indicate that in addition to a completely new CSGO on the Source 2 engine, we will also get a new operation. The last 2 operations also appear in the Steam structures as DLC, so there is a high probability that the above application will also be transformed into an operation. Unknown app 2279721 received completely separate, completely hidden updates. Moreover, it does not appear on SteamDB as part of the CSGO file structure, so it is not entirely clear how this application is related to Counter-Strike. However, there are many indications that this is the new Counter-Strike on the Source 2 engine, which will be available as a beta for selected players, as many have speculated. For Valve, this was just a warm-up. On March 15th, SteamDB detected over 10 more depot updates directly related to CSGO. While most of them still didn't reveal much to players, some of them gave clues that CSGO 2 is getting closer. For example, swapping CSGO cards for new ones, only to withdraw that change immediately, and uploading most CSGO files to the hidden Classic Offensive mode. According to Aquarius's reports, Valve showed high activity on their CSGO blog at that time. However, all the changes made then were hidden. The atmosphere was also fueled by the official CSGO profile on Twitter. Under the clip published on the ESL profile, in which Sponge revealed to viewers that CSGO 2 exists and we will soon receive more information, the CSGO profile posted a GIF from the show The Office. This gave rise to a theory that we will talk more about at the end of the video. March 16th, Valve slowed down a bit with updating CSGO secretly. We received only 2 depot updates that day. However, the official CSGO Twitter profile did not stop trolling players, responding to another post with a GIF from The Office. The next day, things heated up again regarding Source 2. SteamDB detected 7 depot updates, one of which is extremely significant, adding builds for Linux and macOS. However, apart from the hidden updates on Steam, there are 2 more important pieces of news regarding Source 2. According to Aquarius, Valve employees were massively changing their profile pictures on Steam, supposedly to record promotional material. A similar situation happened before the Panorama Y premiere in 2018. The second, much more significant piece of news was a leak that Valve had registered trademarks for Counter-Strike and CS2. At this point, all doubts were dispelled. The new Counter-Strike is just around the corner. It's also worth mentioning the change in the background image of the official CSGO profile, which features 5 counter-terrorists. At that point, the theory with a potential release date for CSGO on, Source 2 began to gain more attention. According to speculation, the official CSGO profile was trolling players with the aforementioned The Office GIFs. The series premiered on March 24, 2005. Based solely on this, the probable date of the CSGO 2 beta would be March 24, 2023. However, there is a map called Office in Counter-Strike, which was published on March 23, 2013. This theory is slightly disrupted by the aforementioned banner. According to further speculation, the 5 counter-terrorists were supposed to mean 5 days until the release of the CSGO 2 beta, which would mean the premiere on March 22, 2023. No matter which theory is true, we can still be sure that selected players will be able to play CSGO 2 between March 22nd and 24th. On March 18th, we received even more hidden updates for developer versions of CSGO. That day, 9 updates were detected, indicating an expansion of the previously mentioned versions for macOS and Linux. The same day, another hidden update was detected on the official CSGO blog. The following days brought further small updates, but unlike the previous ones, we cannot learn anything new from them. The most important change can be described as another change in the banner on the CSGO 2 profile, in which Valve probably presented players with a new game logo. It is only a few days until the official announcement of CSGO on the Source 2 engine. However, the most important date for CSGO players is March 22, 2023, when Valve released teasers on their YouTube channel, showing several changes introduced by Source 2. They confirmed some of the above-mentioned speculations. Additionally, on their blog, they made it clear that Counter-Strike 2 will be the biggest update in CSGO history, indicating that CS2 will simply be a new version of CSGO. This dispelled all concerns about skins. We could mention some of the changes in this material, but all changes introduced in Source 2 will be published on the day of the Counter-Strike 2 premiere for all players. The game will be available for players in the summer of 2023, most likely around June, after Major 2023. Access to the closed beta of Counter-Strike 2 has already been granted to selected players based on their Steam profile quality and recent playtime in CSGO. Let us know in the comments if you've received access to the closed beta and what your first impressions are of the new version of CSGO. Thank you for your attention and see you in future Source 2 materials.